campers. We're on our way to a cargo shipping company because I'm going to try something totally new and adventurous for me. I'm going to ship my car to France and keep it there because it's a convertible, and I'm mostly in France during the summer months, spring and summer months. So what I would like to do is keep my car there so I can keep the top down and not just have it during the winter months, which I usually spend in the east coast of the United States of America for the foreseeable future. So why don't you join us while we figure this out? My husband's in the other car, in our other car, and I'm gonna drive him to work after I drop my car off, if it works, and then I'll take his car home. Well, I'm gonna say goodbye to my baby for a while. I hope not too long. They say that there's a lot of delays and stuff because of shipping problems, etc., but I think it'll be okay. The important thing is to get it there and to be able to pick it up without too much of a problem.
Every time I'm here, there's some military airplane or helicopter passing by.
Well, yeah.
Is there a military base?
Well, it's the port of New York. It's a port.
Is it military?
So we have a little time to kill before Tino goes to work. So we came down to Liberty Park in New Jersey, right along the port of New York. Get a great views from down here of the skyline, downtown, Statue of Liberty. There's a great view of Tino. And the Verrazano Bridge, I think, is back there too. Yeah, it looks good. And right down there will be where my car gets loaded onto a container ship and takes off for Europe. I think that looks like the place. So I can come here with my binoculars and check out every day if I only knew what the container looked like and what markings it had. It's hard to say goodbye to one's favorite car. The skyline there ahead is Ellis Island. We're in the back end here. Those are the buildings where they brought the immigrants in the late 1800s, early 1900s for clearance so that they could enter the city. They were tested for illnesses and their temperature was taken and their essential coordinates transcribed, and then if they passed all the tests they were allowed into New York. This is the old Jersey City train terminal from the back in the day, I guess, maybe the 40s, 50s. Look at those little drawers. I don't know what they're for. Sandy destroyed it. Here, they build up this stuff. I guess they're going to make some sort of a or use it, you know, for ferries. But over here, there's nothing. All overgrown. Okay, so I dropped the old man off and now I'm on my way home in my husband's car, and I am without my beautiful baby car. Everybody was pretty efficient at the cargo place. I've gotten a couple of emails since then saying how I can track it when it takes off, that they're waiting for other clients' cars to get there so they can load up the container, and then they're going to put it on the boat, and then I'll get a bill of lading within 2 days of shipment and all that stuff. But the big question is, how long is it going to take to get a boat and to get that boat out on the ocean? From the time that it leaves the dock until the time it arrives in France is 2 weeks. And then I hear it's from like 2 to 5 days for them to unload the boat. So could be quite some 5 or 6 weeks at least, realistically. Because it might take up to 2 or 3 weeks or even a month for them to fill up a boat and head out, which I'm not too happy about, because there's a couple of places that I want to get to with the car, and I have to be in a certain place at the end of the first week of May, and if I don't have the car and the car arrives, then I have to put off picking it up for about a week, and I can only keep it at the arrival place 5 days without them charging me for storage. So it's all very delicate. But either way, things will work out. Just not as quickly and as expeditiously as I would have liked. But it's been such a process to get together all the paperwork to, you know, make sure that everything is going to work. And I also have I have to get temporary insurance until I can register my car in France, and that's going to cost more than is fair. But all in all, I think it's a good idea, and I was going to do it sooner or later anyway, because we're spending more and more time in Europe and less time in the States. It's the day of the first round of voting for the president of France. We're voting at the French consulate in New York, and my husband is voting for my daughter by proxy as well, because she lives in Philly and they don't have a voting office there.
Enchantée.
Moi aussi.
Plaisir de vous voir.
À la prochaine.
À la prochaine. Merci.
Allez, on a 3 d'occupés.
Yeah, très bien, ça se sert. At the penthouse of this building at the top, there's a nest up there that hawks habitually nest in every year, and there are bird watchers down there on the other side of the pond in Central Park that watch them, study them, and film them all the time. There was a famous one, hawk there, became famous because people used to see him all the time. His name was Pale Male. It was like a kind of a tourist attraction after a while, but I don't think he's there anymore. There's the Dakota, very famous apartment building in New York. Happens to be the location of the Lennon-Ono couple for many, many years, until he was shot outside the garage below. I have a strange story about John Lennon and Yoko Ono. I was working on a documentary with Yoko Ono through the record company that I worked with at the time, and I had to go to her apartment to deliver a master video. And I got to see John Lennon's apartment, and it was exactly how it was described. It's the living room was all white from top to bottom, except the ceiling was painted like a sky with some clouds. It was really pretty, very nice, very clean. And Yoko came in and sat down at her desk and said to me, "Where's the video?" So I took it out of my bag, and I was a little nervous because of the place, the surroundings, and the celebrity before me. Videotape kind of slipped through my fingers, and I kind of jungled it for a few seconds, but then I made a great retrieve and I handed it to her. I'll never forget that. One of those embarrassing moments that sticks with you. Is a career milestone, I guess. See these rocks here? There's a bunch of little hills all around Central Park made of these rocks. This is what Manhattan Island is built on, these very hard rocks. I guess that's why they can build all these skyscrapers around here and not worry about anything sinking. And they pretty much leveled out the entire island, except for way uptown when they planned the grid of New York. Okay, this might not mean a whole bunch to a whole lot of people, but this is the famous lagoon, Central Park Lagoon, at the way southern tip of Central Park, where in The Catcher in the Rye, Holden Caulfield is in a taxi cab, and he asks the taxi cab driver, where do the ducks go when the water freezes in the Central Park Lagoon? And since that book played a huge part in the youth of many generations, I always come back here to contemplate my youth and my eclectic way of life.
Ready? Who wants?
Let's ask them. Do you know where you go when the lagoon freezes in the winter? Huh? Do you go anywhere? How about you? I know you're not a duck, but what's up? Okay, folks, there you go. First round of the French elections, followed by a quick stroll through Southern Central Park. Hope you enjoyed this. Just a little interlude until my next chapter. And a reminder for all of us to get out there and vote. Vote your ass off because it's so important. Even though it may not seem like anything, it makes a big difference. So see you the next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Bye.